Do you prefer to be safe? Do you dislike surprises and want to be in charge of everything? Then you may be one of the top 5 most cautious zodiac signs, according to astrology. When people withhold information, it lends them an air of mystery and makes us want to learn more about them. They don't mind not being the center of attention because they are at ease in their own skin. And just because reserved people make some people feel insecure, that doesn't mean the cautious zodiac signs are judgmental about it. Here are top 5 most cautious zodiac signs. 1. Virgo. Virgos are natural listeners, especially in groups. They don't have nothing important to say, they just hold back a little and let others rant and confess. Virgos are very good listeners. They don't just listen and wait for their cue to speak, but they also read both verbal and nonverbal cues. They may not scream in delight when they see you, but they will pay close attention to what you have to say. Virgo, you are meticulous in your planning, but you also like to calculate in other ways, specifically in the way you communicate. You're usually very honest with your opinions, but you often think before you speak. In order to maintain that perfectionist aesthetic, which is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. While Virgos are more adaptable than the other Earth signs, they have an exceptional ability to avoid confrontation, danger, or unpleasant situations. They prefer to use their intellect and communication skills rather than calculated strategy alone, allowing them to move in new directions slowly but carefully. Virgo, you are by far the most cautious with your heart. When it comes to love, you've never taken a risk, you've never made the first move, and you've never simply let yourself fall. 2. Taurus. Taurus is an excellent example of someone who is reserved but not in an antisocial way. They enjoy parties and people, but they don't feel the need to always dominate the conversation. They can hold conversations with a wide range of people and do not share the more difficult aspects of their lives with everyone. A Taurus is unlikely to be accused of TMI. Taurus people can be the strong silent type or the life of the party, that's just how they are. There are a million reasons why you should be cautious in your daily life, Taurus, but let's start with your ruling house. Because you are ruled by the second house of material possessions and personal values. Your moves are usually calculated because you don't usually vibe with anything outside of your comfort zone. Taurians dislike making mistakes, avoiding danger at all costs, and keeping surprises to a minimum. They prefer to take the long route around a problem rather than face chaos or conflict head-on. 3. Capricorn. Capricorns are reserved because they are cautious and patient. They think before acting, which sometimes prevents them from acting at all. They'd rather wait than make a mistake, so they take their time. Capricorns are extremely social, but they require some alone time to decompress. A Capricorn may take some time to relax around you because they dislike feeling foolish. But don't think for a second that they don't have a sense of humor or aren't highly entertaining, because they are. Capricorn, you are ruled by the infamous 10th house, which represents our personal calling and career. So you take your social status and personal security seriously. Because your ruling planet Saturn governs discipline and restriction. You avoid doing anything that might jeopardize what makes you feel safe. As a result, you are hyper-aware of your surroundings and frequently limit yourself to what you know rather than taking risks. Capricorns, as a cardinal sign, know how to strike quickly and effectively when necessary. But as an earth sign, it would have to be something they had planned or considered beforehand. This cautious nature extends to their emotions as well. The reason you're so overly cautious about love, Capricorn, is because you want it to follow a very specific and routine pattern that it will never follow. You want love to have rules, and a schedule, and a guarantee, because that's how you handle all other aspects of your life. But the problem with love is that it will never be this way. 4. Pisces. Pisces are extremely sensitive, both to themselves and to others, and they do not want to offend anyone. People sometimes assume that because a Pisces is quiet, they are not at ease or are unhappy. But this is not the case, they simply dislike being forced to engage in conversation. Pisces can be perfectly content just staring at people, daydreaming a little, and listening to what others have to say. They remain silent until they are compelled to speak or act. Pisces, your love apprehension differs from that of the other wary signs. While they are fearful, paranoid, or overthinking, you are overly passive while remaining idealistic. You want love to look a certain, perfect, way, but you don't want to be the one to put your heart on the line, go out on a limb, and seek love by taking a risk. Rather just sit back and hope that it will come to you someday, which is a completely different type of detrimental caution. Pisces, your love apprehension differs from that of the other wary signs. You want love to look a certain, perfect, way, but you don't want to be the one to put your heart on the line, go out on a limb, and seek love by taking a risk. You'd rather just sit back and hope that it will come to you someday, which is a completely different type of detrimental caution. 5. Scorpio. Scorpios have an air of mystery about them, so no matter what emotional turmoil they're going through, they're likely to keep it to themselves. They consider how much information they will reveal about themselves to one or more people. There are some things that no matter how well someone knows a Scorpio, they will never know, which is why Scorpios always intrigue and keep us guessing. Scorpio, you are more cautious in love because, while you are passionate, magnetic, and determined, you also have a desperate need to be secretive and protective of your life. You've been struggling for a long time to fully open up and share your life with someone. You can also be quite stubborn. So, while you don't lack in passion, you do lack in the ability to trust a potential love, even after they've proven to be dependable and genuine.